Thank you very much, Patrick, also from my side for the invitation to be here. So, hi, I'm Antonietta De Santis, and today I will show you how the Open Data Hub for tourism is enhancing the experience, the travel experience of South Tyrol through two innovative use cases. But first, let me spend some words about our company, especially for the ones that maybe don't know IDM. So IDM Südtirol is a special company owned by the province of Bolzano and also partially from the Chamber of Commerce of Bolzano. So our mission is the sustainable economic development of the companies of South Tyrol, and this goes hand in hand with our vision to make South Tyrol the most desirable, sustainable habitat in Europe. A lot of people are asking, but what concretely IDM does, and maybe we don't have the time to explain everything here, but it can be summed up in 5 main points. So we manage and develop the brand Südtirol, and this since it was born in 2004. And we support the South Tyrolean companies, for example, by helping them to analyze their needs and to achieve their business goals. We plan and implement marketing strategies for the agri-food products of South Tyrol, for example, like apples, milk, speck, and so on. We promote South Tyrol as a destination through online communication, product development, campaign management, PR, etc. Last but not least, we work on sustainable development of South Tyrol as a living space. So the sustainability concept is an overall integral part of our vision, mission, and activity program. When we talk about sustainability, we mean a balanced social, economic, and ecological development. So away from these big topics, so from all these various activities that IDM does, let's come more into deep inside more practical and operative tasks, which I am working on. So I'm a product owner for digital applications. And of course, we talk about online communication of the destination South Tyrol, but also about sustainable economic growth of the tourism sector. So we come to the first use case, the official tourism website, Südtirol.info. What do you find on that website? The inspirational part is very strong. So not only through big and beautiful pictures and also videos, but also through editorial content about, for example, the peculiarities of our country and the people that live here. You can search for accommodations and check the availability, as you will see afterwards. We have all the accommodations of South Tyrol listed on our pages, are more than 10,000. We show information about all the locations, regions, municipalities, and what you can find there. We provide suggestions on what to do in South Tyrol in various seasons, for example. You can also find useful information about what you can do or how is the planning for your vacation, for example, with the weather data or the mobility. So the source of this data, accommodations, activities, points of interest, events, for us is the LTS, so the South Tyrolean Association of the Tourism Organizations of South Tyrol. For the weather data, we decided to integrate the one of the weather service of the province. For example, for the wineries, our main source is the Wine Consortium of South Tyrol. We are already retrieving all this data from all of these sources through the Open Data Hub since many years. We are synchronizing them in our content management system through the Open Data Hub. So the Open Data Hub sends us pushes whenever data gets changed on these different sources. So at that point, I would like to thank the Open Data Hub team and especially Rudi Töni that is behind these APIs that we are using since many, many years. And I would like to say that behind this technology, there are always people that are very engaged, and Rudi is an example for this. So for the accommodations, the main challenge was the integration of the availability, because of course people want to know, I don't want only to search an accommodation, I want to know if I can also stay there in the period I will be in South Tyrol. And we have two sources for this. One is the LTS, as I already said. They own the database of the master data of all accommodations of South Tyrol. They provide also a tool the tourist manager, with which every accommodation that is a member of a tourism organization can manage the on-request availability calendar of their rooms or their apartments. These accommodations cannot be booked online, but the guest has to send a request through a form and get the email from the accommodation then. The other big source is the HGV, so the Hotel and Restaurant Association of South Tyrol. They own the booking platform bookingsutirol.com, and they collect data from their members that are online bookable, and they manage their availability through various PMS, so property management systems. We have already implemented the booking engine of HGV on Südtirol Info. So when you book an accommodation on Südtirol Info, I hope a lot of you are doing this, you actually book through the HGV system. So why have we implemented the accommodation endpoint of Open Data Hub? Both sources, HGV and LTS, have very different APIs. Open Data Hub, the advantage of the Open Data Hub is that it delivers a unified response in line and with the same schema as all their other APIs that we are already using and have implemented. So to avoid inconsistency, the data of the sources are directly and on the fly requested and delivered by Open Data Hub to us. But also customizations, for example, a prioritization of one or the other source when, for example, an availability is there on both sides, bookable, but also on request, is implemented inside the Open Data Hub. And of course, in future, we could add also other sources if we want, quite easily on the Open Data Hub side. And now let's see the second use case for which we mainly focused on, not on our own platforms, but wanted to provide a service for third-party websites in the tourism sector, but also for others. So the precursor of that project was the so-called Corona web component. Not a beautiful name, but it was like this. So this provided information about the Corona regulations back then in our province. For example, if a green pass was needed or which rules had to be followed on events. This widget that you see here was developed for us by Factory in 2021. Then we came to another idea, why not provide information that we anyway are collecting and inserting for our platforms for other topics also in widgets. So the idea behind the How to Arrive web component was to provide useful information that the guests should know when they plan to travel to South Tyrol. For example, how to come by train, by bus, or so on. The target of this widget is mainly the stakeholders, our stakeholders, like the tourism organizations, the accommodations, but it's also, of course, interesting for every other company that wants to display this information on their website. Also, this widget was developed by Factory. It was uploaded easily, I have to say, on the Web Component Store with the support of the Open Data Hub team, and it was released in the summer of 2022. It was quickly requested and integrated on various websites, and since then, and it generated over 1 million API requests in the last 3 years. It's actually one of the most used widgets inside the Web Component Store of the Open Data Hub. So recently, we also added some configuration options to make the widget even more interesting. This is a process that we do usually, so together with the Open Data Hub team, we collect, so that's why I'm also a part of the team, because we have these meetings where we also exchange experiences, and through the customer service of Open Data Hub, there come in maybe some requests, and we had the request to add maybe some configuration options. And together with Stefano also and his team, we thought about how we could improve that web component. So we added, for example, the selection and the sorting of the articles, or the possibility to hide the accommodations on the target article page on Südtirol Info by passing a parameter. So thank you very much also to Stefano for this support, and also to the customer care of the Open Data Hub team to be always there when we need them. So, of course, we have to maintain that data, and the data browser of the Open Data Hub works kind of a content management system for us, for this data, we go directly there, or the content team does this, and edits the articles inside the Open Data Hub to be shown inside the web component. Yes, I reached the end. I hope that it was interesting for you, that you get some inspiration also, and of course afterwards, as Patrick said, I'm here at the event if you have some questions, and thank you very much.